Noel Feather Hunting Videos presents Whitetail High, featuring Noel Feather and Dan Fitzgerald. Dan, just out of the hospital with pneumonia, thought he and Noel might try their luck at bringing in one of the bucks that Dan had seen in his earlier scouting. The temperature was just above zero. The trees were cracking as they swayed in the wind. Nevertheless, Dan was willing to give it a shot.
Telling me nothing new. It's only 10 degrees. This wind is really knocking it down too. Those deer are gonna go out that field to feed tonight. That shot. They have the recorder on it. You ain't gonna believe it, man.
I believe it. I seen it.
You saw it, eh?
Man, you put that sucker down. He went down like
Did he go down?
he went down like a ton of brick, didn't he?
Man, that was nice.
That's a nice little buck.
Man, you believe that? That's starting to happen all the time.
You put that dude right down. Fine, man. Gee, crap.
Look at that.
That's a nice buck. He ain't that big, but he's nice. What, he's got one off. He's got one broke off or something.
He's a 3-pointer. Is that the way to do it?
That's the way to do it.
There ain't no tracking there. Man, love it.
For sure.
Well,
Couldn't have been better, could it?
no, now comes the maintenance.
Ah.
A few days later, with the temperature up a little, Noel decided to try his luck grunting. The rut is over in this area, but the bucks could still be vulnerable. With the ability to see a great distance in this woods, the grunts are kept somewhat loud to reach out for a distance. After grunting for several minutes, Noel decides to incorporate some rattling. First, looking around to be sure there are no deer in sight. When rattling in an open woods such as this, you must constantly be searching for deer activity.
It's awful windy. Probably ain't gonna hear them horns too far today. Now this wind blowing like this. I seen a buck move at about 100 yards right over in there.
Apparently, this young buck did not breed a doe during the rut. The main thing to do in an open situation is to get fairly high in your tree stand. It is also a plus to know where the deer normally travel, such as Dan does in this area, as he spends much time scouting. Patience plays an important part after spotting deer movement.
What do you think? You think you got some pretty good footage of him?
Oh, I got the arrow hitting him. Did you get the arrow hitting him, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
We got
I hit him too high.
Yeah, you were angling down pretty good, though.
There was a branch that come down just like that, right in line with that deer, and I was having to get up like that in order to get my height, and I hit him a little higher than I wanted to. But I think that it was at the angle, I should have got the lungs anyway.
On the other side,
On the opposite side.
Well,
I shot the deer on his left side, and it looked to me like the where it would come out would have been right in the lungs. If, you know, everything was what it looked like it
you
is.
were right on line, though, right and left?
Oh yeah, I think left and right
Okay,
was
you
good.
probably got a lung. Well, don't know.
Well, let's see if we can pick up the blood. He shouldn't go too far if we got lungs.
Which way did he go from here?
Well, he went, he's been going back this way.
High in the back like that, he might not even bleed.
Okay. If we got the lung, you know, if he's got to bleed some, of course he might not be bleeding, he might be bleeding internal.
Well, let's go where you saw him last. Where'd you see him last?
Well, right over in here is where I shot him. Here's blood right here. Good red blood.
Yeah, that's the kind of blood we're looking for.
Hey,
Yeah, he's bleeding.
look at the bubbles in this. See that frothy look right there? I believe I got a lung. If not two, I got one.
There's more right there.
Here.
Oh, he's starting to bleed.
He's not bleeding well like he should. Here we go. He's
You might
starting
have
up.
just clipped the lung.
Oh boy, looky here. Looky here. He's starting to pick up. See here?
That's really red.
He's picking up. I lost it again.
And that's red. That's good blood.
And it's right there. There's blood here. Right there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
blood here on this stick. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Blood on the snow right here. This looks like where he stood or laid.
Yeah, he laid. See how he rubbed that snow off of that log?
Looks like he laid down right there.
Yeah, he laid down there.
Okay, let's see.
There goes blood.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
There's some.
Here we go. There's some. There's some.
You got blood?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Look.
Very clean.
There he is. Looks like the guy running.
Guy running.
Yeah, it looks like that. Hard to say though, he laid down back there. I doubt if he did. He just ran out of gas.
You shot him on which side?
I shot him on his left. Here's where it came out, right there. Right there.
Yeah.
The other side. When I put a hole in, I'll say that.
That's where it went in or came out.
That's where it came out. He's a nice little buck. You know, he's got 3 points.
He
That's
tried to
about
be a
the third.
four-pointer.
That's about the third 3-point buck that we've killed this year. You know that?
Yeah.
That's about the third 3-pointer. That must be real
He's
common.
a beautiful deer.
Got a nice
Boy, look at that. Pretty face. Nice
little buck.
deer.
This good eating on that dude.
Yes, sir. Well,
Let's get him out
it's over.
for today. Let's
He's
go.
a nice one.
Let's see if we can get the truck in here and get him out.
Okay.
I about had it. I don't know about you.
I'm tired.
Let's go, Tommy.
Just break those off like that. Put that in there. This is what you got to do when you want to do a video and you got pneumonia. Ain't this some deal?
What, Dr. Welby?
I mean, you hear me whistling when I'm breathing? In 1 hour, I'll be all right. I'll be ready to go back out in the cold tomorrow.
After using his nebulizer and filling his lungs with medication, Dan is ready to give it another go. But for some reason, it seems to be the coldest when it's Dan's turn.
Is it cold? Yeah. I got him.
I thought it looked like you hit him pretty good. What?
I think I got him a little bit high, up in the, a little above the lung, in the back of the shoulder. But I was angling down, so I got him.
It looked to me like that he dropped his back just a little bit,
He did.
just as you shot.
He did. And I had to shoot through all all that brush through there. There was a lot of stuff I had to shoot through, but
You didn't see him go down though. From
no,
where I was at,
but I'll tell you what,
I couldn't see him go down.
I believe he's dead.
If he was angling.
There's blood right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think he's down. He acted like he was going to
Come on in a little closer. See what we can pick up. Here's tracks right here in the snow.
Yeah, that's
Looks
where
like he went down this run.
this is where he went, right down through here.
Yeah, here's tracks, Tom, right here in the run. I believe we're getting into the track before we walked in. There's your deer. There he is. There he is, baby.
Oh, man. That arrow went right through him.
It did a number on him, I'll say that.
You know what it did?
Geez, he grabbed me.
Went right down through his neck.
It put a hole in that sucker.
Yep.
Was he almost broadside when you shot him?
Well, he was kind of.
It looked to me like
I can't remember
it looked to me like he was almost broadside.
I know the arrow went right through his shoulder.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's a heck of a hole. Them big old broadheads do a number, huh? He's a nice.
Man, he's a pretty deer.
He's a nice little buck. He'll look good in the video. You think you got some good footage of him, Tom?
Oh yeah, he looked real nice.
You see that arrow go through him?
Yep.
I bet you can see that arrow stick in the ground, skip off the ground.
You seen the arrow go through him, huh?
Went right through his shoulders.
Yeah.
All right.
You was a little bit high, but
Is that worth the cold?
maybe the angle.
Who's buying coffee?
I'm drinking, I know that.
Man, I'm ready. Let's get the tag on him.
Let's go get the truck, and I think we can get pretty close.
After moving to a new location, expecting to find it a little warmer, Dan and Noel were surprised to find it much the same weather as before.
I knew you'd like those steps that far apart.
Not bad.
Good. Good.
Okay.
Although it doesn't always work, Noel doesn't feel he has hunted if he hasn't grunted or rattled or both. With the rifle season having been over for some time, a buck is more likely to respond to a grunt. There are many days spent in the stand when you go home with only some chills and shakes. Fortunately, that's not the case on this day. Then getting up early and going out to a cold stand will be worth it.
Want to grab your grunt call there, Noel?
Although Noel's grunting might have lured the buck in, the sound of hounds in the distance gave Dan cause to believe this buck might have been pushed out of a nearby swamp.
Sir.
Notice the buck urinating as in a nervous condition.
Hold on.
Noel figured some grunts would calm the buck down since it is a form of vocalization.
Did you do it?
What do you think of that, guy?
Buddy, I tell you.
Don't step on my arrow. You're almost to it. Went completely through him, man. Did you see the way that buck was standing?
Yeah, I saw the way you were standing. I was on him all the time.
What a perfect, just barely angling away.
You get it all the time?
Perfect angle.
Hey, you know, he stood over there for longer than I had anticipated, and there's too much pressure to change tapes.
What, you mean you ran out of tape?
As he was running away.
You mean you didn't get the kill?
I got the shot.
I was on him. I got him going down. I was on
Man, I
him.
hope somebody got him going
Oh,
down.
I was on him. When he went over that hill, I got him coming down the bottom of that hill. I got him.
Good.
You mean you didn't get the hit?
I got the hit.
Oh,
the
you
hit
got the
looks
hit.
nice, yeah.
Hey, guys, this makes 11 days.
Oh, it's about time something came together.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I got him, when he came around that hill, I got him coming around that hill, and I got him going down. Did you get the hit?
I got the hit.
It's the first decent footage we've got in 11 days of hunting.
Man, I'll tell you, I hope you got that hit.
What do you think, Tom?
I got the hit. It was on, you know.
But did you get him going down?
What, you mean he came in and he was too close for you to change tapes?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He was only not even probably 35 yards.
Well, I know I got him going down. I know I got that, and I got a lot of footage of him coming down through the woods. You get footage of him coming down through the woods?
Yeah.
I hope we got some good stuff. Well,
All I know I got for sure is when he come around that hill and went down in there and dropped.
let's go over and see what he looks like. I think he's a perfect 8-pointer.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he's a beautiful deer. He's a big one.
He's a nice buck.
He's a good buck, man.
He's a nice buck. It's about time we had some luck.
Well, I saw when you drew, but from where I was positioned over there, I couldn't get the hit at all. I figured if any deer was going to come, they were going to come back on the backside of this tree. I just, you know, I always worry. Did you get the hit until
I know what
see
you
it?
mean. I know what you mean.
I know if you say you got it, but I'm always worried till I see it on a monitor.
There's always something that can go wrong.
I tell you what, it's about time something went right, hey?
Drink that.
It ain't all easy.
Well, I sure like those new tree steps.
Me too.
You know, they say they're going to outlaw them babies everywhere, though. Almost every state's going to outlaw tree steps. Pennsylvania and Georgia's already done it.
Boy, that's a beautiful buck.
He is a dandy.
He's a nice one, man.
He is a good one.
Boy, he's a healthy thing. Well, I know he's down. There ain't no doubt about that. I saw him go down.
That's the best kind.
Yes, sir.
To me, like it was perfect.
Good.
Looked like it was perfect.
Hey, you know, I was on like halfway wide angle, halfway zoom, so that should look nice. I had both Noel and a deer in there.
You did?
Yep.
You kidding?
Nope.
Man, that's great.
Yeah, here it is.
All right. See the blood right there? I
Yeah,
told you I
blood.
saw him start bleeding.
Blood right away.
I couldn't see from where I was.
No,
I couldn't see the hit.
It went through him just like it was hot butter, man. I'll tell you, it went through him. Didn't even slow down. I don't see, I hear blood right here. We won't have any trouble following him. We seen him go down anyway. So I just kind of wanted to see how much he bled. Well, he's not bleeding as much as I thought he would. You know, he's not bleeding as much.
He was bleeding good. I saw it. That's the one thing I could see is blood.
So quick. I saw blood right away when the arrow went through it.
Right here's where I could pick him up on the camera. Right going down through here.
Dan and Noel always like to follow the blood trail to pick up on the educational
On
aspects.
the downside of this little ridge right here.
Yeah, he's just laying right over here. Let's just go off.
Yeah, I
over
got
there.
him when he came down around here. I got him going down.
Yeah, there he lays. He's just going down here where he's at. I seen him go down. I hope Tom didn't run out of film because he should have had every bit of that real good.
He said he ran out just as he ran away.
If we got that there.
There he is.
Look at the bubbles coming out of that dude.
Yes, sir. Boy, he's fat.
Woo, look at Okay, now that'd be the exit. That'd be the, look there, he went right underneath that vine.
Yeah.
This would be where the arrow came out of him, Dan.
You shot him from the other side.
Yeah, I shot him on his right side. And that's where it came out.
You got a lung.
Oh, yeah.
All those bubbles
See the
coming out
bubbles?
of there. You think that vine stopped him here? Man, he's a nice buck. Big, nice big deer.
Yeah, he is nice, but he got even brow tine broke there a little bit.
He's a good one.
He'd go 180, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Well, was it worth spending all the time?
It's always worth it when you get them.
When you get
you get them, but them 11 days without any footage, man, I'm beginning to wonder.
Well, that's the way it always is. If you don't get the kill, then it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you, that was good.
Well,
See, from the ridge, you see the ridge there, Tom? I could only get when he came around down through around like this. He made a half circle, didn't he?
that's why it pays to have two cameras, because if he did run out of footage or film, you know, and didn't get the footage, well, then you got a backup, which, man, I tell you, it takes too long to get this stuff not to get it on film once it happens. Well,
He's dead, that's the main thing. As long as you got the arrow hitting him.
Yeah, if it all comes out good, why, we got us a good one.
Well, this is getting to be something regular.
Let's get him out of here.
All right.
I could use a hot...
See that?
Look at that. What do you think got a hold of it?
I'm gonna tell you something. Right there is the reason that I believe in shooting some does and some small bucks. That was a real small deer. Something got it and it wasn't us. And we don't have it on video. That's bad.
That is. That's gross.
Well, that's why I say, you know, you can be an anti-hunter all day long, and you walk around the woods and you're going to find all these dead carcasses in these swamps like this. Nobody's going to get the benefit out of them. The last day.
Although it's cold and somewhat windy, it's the last chance for Dan in this state. So guess what? More suffering from cold hands and feet. Dan gives his equipment a final check, just in case an opportunity should be presented. Dan starts his grunts much softer, as you will notice. It is somewhat dense cover in this area, making it possible for a buck to be close by. Dan always glasses the area, looking for the slightest movement or detail of deer. Many times the deer are still out in the green fields at this time of day. Dan capitalizes on the possibility as much as possible. Believe it or not, Dan does have a serious side. It is very unusual for Dan to let the first deer get by, but he opted for the second, being a buck.
I got every bit of it on film, baby.
Did you?
Looked like you hit him pretty good.
I tried to spine shoot him and stop him. He was going through here pretty fast.
Man, he was on that little doe's tail,
He
wasn't
was
he?
right on that doe.
Did you get it, Tom?
Oh, yeah.
What did it look like to you?
You can see that arrow on both sides of the deer after you shoot.
I couldn't see
I
the
tried
arrow.
to-
I couldn't see it where it come out, but I could see. Looked like you hit him pretty hard.
I tried to shoot him right in the top of the back. I don't know. 5 hours? I'm ready. This is unreal. Look
Let's
at
go.
that! Look at that blood behind you.
Take your stand down. Let's go on over there and see if we can find him, and then move over to the other place for later on this afternoon. Look good.
I'm ready to go have lunch. He left the blood trail, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, blood?
Find him over on the snow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost knocked him down.
Yeah, over here is where he crossed.
Yep.
He's got pretty good blood trail there. Goes right through here. Look on the side of that tree right there. See the blood on, see all the blood on the tree where he went by the tree? Through here.
I didn't have a chance to even think, man. He just come working through there.
Nah. We ain't gonna have no trouble finding that one. Good deal, guy. A little chilly up there this morning, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what, I was glad to see you come over here. I was going to see who was the toughest today, who could stay the longest.
Well, I was about ready to leave. You hadn't shot him. I was going to say, let's do it. I'm beginning to think you're never going to get a shot at him.
Right here is where he went across. He was really spraying her.
Yeah.
He was booking.
He looked at this trail. He ain't going to go too far. You see on these trees here where he like those trees he went right?
Oh, yeah. You see the arrow come out the other side of him, Tom?
Yeah, you can see it sticking out both sides.
It shouldn't be. He shouldn't go too far.
He's sure spraying blood.
Here he is.
I thought you said here he is. He's here.
No, he didn't go that. He was farther than that, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's bleeding good.
What was he, a crack horn or what?
No, I think he was a spike horn.
I couldn't tell for sure. I could see long spikes on each side, but I couldn't tell if there was anything coming off of it. There you go.
And I tell you what, I wasn't looking at the horns. I was looking at the body going by me. This is the last day. This is my last chance to get a buck.
And this is like you hadn't killed any yet this year.
Yeah.
Here you go. There he goes up through that creek rock. He's looking pretty good.
Oh, look at that blood. Was the arrow still in him, Tom? Or did it go through?
I didn't notice the arrow sticking out of him when he ran away, but
It should have come right out in the middle of his body on the other
He's
side.
picking up pretty good right here. He shouldn't go too far. Probably either went down, got a lung, or you got the liver, one or the other.
Yeah.
I would think. Here's where he stopped.
Yeah.
He stood right there.
See the bubbles in there?
It looks like he got a lung.
Yeah.
You know, he slowed down though. That's what I don't understand. That arrow went all the way through him. He should be picking up.
There's blood.
Wow, drop it.
He must be out of blood.
He lost a lot of her, that's for sure.
Go back.
There's your deer.
What?
Right there, that stump.
Oh,
Man, he looked like he died running.
man, look at that.
He did hit him right down the back, looked like.
Shot him right in the back. Told you.
Get over here and get a shot of this. Man, did he ever look like he piled up a dead run. He was boogieing, wasn't he?
I told you, right there is where I got him in the back running. Right there's where it came out.
I believe you did get the liver.
Yep.
You might have just nicked the lung and got the liver.
He folded up right here running.
He is a spike too.
Yep.
Little spike horn.
So like I said, I thought this was going to be my last chance to get a shot at a buck this year. This is the last day. Poor me.
Yeah, poor you. It's like you hadn't killed one already this year, huh?
Oh, man.
Nice little buck. Some no good tenderloin there.
Yeah. Did you get that good on the running shot?
yep, I got
Well,
it good.
Get out the old knife, baby. Now's when the work begins.
Yeah, when they're little like this, it ain't a lot of work. I love it.
Well, here we are back in Dan's taxidermy studio. This is where most of these critters end up in the long run. This is a buck that Dan mounted for me. It's the best buck that I've ever taken. And we're going to use him for a demonstration. I would like to asked Dan to demonstrate the cuts, the proper cuts, that needs to be made if you're going to mount a buck, shoulder mount or for a life-size mount. Dan is a master taxidermist, and as you can see from the trophies around this room here that he's mounted, he's not too shabby. He does a pretty good job, as well as some of these ribbons and trophies that he's got to kind of back up his credentials. But part of these animals, he killed them, and part of them are just animals that he's mounted for customers. But I think that a lot of people doesn't know the proper cuts to make when they're going to have a deer mounted. And a lot of times this might spoil the cape. So at this time I'd like to ask Dan to get over here and show us the proper cuts to make.
Well, is this a 100,000-mile deer?
That's him. He's got about 100,000 on him.
How often you give him a checkup?
Every 100,000.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do, since you got this thing on a show cart, we'll turn it around so
All right, we can
people can see better what we do. What I'd like to do is just go over the best cuts to do a full shoulder mount on a deer.
That's
turn
the
it a
most
little
popular.
bit more. Okay. Then we'll talk about doing a life size too. But what you should do is line the legs up straight down. Like this leg is forward, this is a walking pose. Get your legs straight down. Go approximately 6 inches behind that shoulder, making sure that you have enough cape to do a good job.
Right.
It's always better to have too much than not enough. So go 6 inches behind the shoulder approximately. Just put your knife in. Your deer is already gutted probably. So you just put your knife in the incision and just under the skin, go right up to the top of the deer, continue on down on the other side the same way, taking the deer off 6 inches behind the shoulder all the way around. Then you go from the same incision and right under the skin again, right against the meat, come up the back of the neck, stay in the center of the neck all the way up, right to a point 2 to 3 inches behind the antlers. And then you want to make a Y cut over to the antlers this way, and from the same point over to the antler this way. And then you can skin under this and you'll have a flap of skin here. You can raise that up. Take a screwdriver, which you know as well as I do, a screwdriver is the best thing you can use, right? It'll pry it off just like prying a tire off of a wheel. Go right around the antler and pry that loose from the antler all the way around. Skin the front of the forehead down, go inside and cut the ear butts loose, which is the base of the ear canal. Cut that loose from the skull. Lay your ears out of the way, right at the base of the skull. Continue skinning on down the neck. And if you need to take the antlers off at that time, all you need to do is chisel around the antler, stay an inch or so away from the burrs, chisel the whole skull plate away, and you can lift that rack right out. The way we do it, we saw it out later after we skin the head out. But if you need to get the antlers off to get the thing in the freezer,
Or if you didn't have a saw, would work.
right,
fine.
a rack this size doesn't fit in most freezers, so you'd have to chisel this out of here. And then you just go under the skin and continue skinning everything away just like you would skin any other animal. Cut the skin off at the top of the legs. Skin this entire thing out, skin the brisket out, which is the skin on the front of the chest. Take everything and lay it out of the way, and then all you got is the skin is away from the meat all the way up. You just take your knife and cut through the meat right to the neck bone. And then take an axe or a saw and chop that neck bone, and you can take the head right loose from the neck of the animal. And all you got is the cape attached to the face. And the best thing to do is take that part into the taxidermist and let him, finish it and prepare it. Because skinning the face out is a little more involved.
From the taxidermists that I've talked to, the most common mistake made by most hunters is that they don't leave enough neck skin.
That's true.
They think they're getting a neck mount, so they cut it off here.
Right.
And it doesn't give the taxidermist anything to work with. And that's their biggest gripe, the ones I've talked to. You need to leave that skin on there.
Well, we're talking about a deer right now, but on especially a caribou, you need to go in the middle of the body on a caribou, because a caribou's chest on the form is spread out, and it shortens up the skin when you got it on a spread out chest. It's always better to leave more than you need.
Right.
You're not really that concerned about this skin from there back. You should never concern yourself with that little piece of skin. You can always get a deer hide.
Usually
you can't
not
get
gonna
a
use
cape.
that hide anyway.
Right. And that would take care of the basic thing. If you're going to salt this down, I would suggest that you salt it and leave it out of the freezer. But if you're going to salt it, you should never put a salted cape in the freezer,
Right.
because it won't completely freeze, and there's a good chance that it'll spoil in there.
Now, what about a life size, Dan? If they would want to have a deer mounted life size, tell us the proper cuts. here
Okay,
that they need to
there's
make.
two things that I would suggest. If you're going to take it into a taxidermist, if you have that opportunity, let the taxidermist skin it out the way he prefers for a life size.
That'd be the best.
The way we did this one, we did a dorsal cut all the way down his back,
Right.
because we were in a pinch on a hot day when you shot this one. We had to go all the way down the back of the deer like this to the top of the tail, open up all the skin, and just keep taking the skin away from the animal, and just like taking a pair of pants off. Get it all the way down to the top of the feet, cut the leg bones off, the tailbone off, and don't try and skin the tail out, because most people will pull the tail and it'll ruin the mount. You're better off to let the taxidermist skin that tail out. So you got the head disconnected, the ankles are disconnected at the bone, and the tail's disconnected, and just take the whole thing and roll it up and put it in the freezer. That's the way that I like to do a life size. Now, if you gut the deer down the center of the belly, take it into the taxidermist and let him do the rest, because if he's going to skin it out for the bottom, you got to make incisions down all 4 legs on the inside and skin the whole thing out from the bottom, which you can do yourself. You can do that on a bear. If you're going to do a bear rug, that's what you have to do. Right. Skin inside the legs from your belly incision. Just continue on down inside the legs and stay on the back of the leg, right down to the bottom of the leg bone, and just cut the bones off inside the skin. Right. Take the whole thing and put it in the freezer until you're ready to take it to the taxidermist.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Dan, for sharing this knowledge with us. I'm sure that it's going to be a big benefit to a lot of people, especially new hunters that is not too experienced in this, and it just might save somebody from wrecking a good trophy. And we'd like to thank you for buying this video, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be seeing you around at some of the sports shows. If not, we'll see you in another video.